what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video defending my opinion that Dragon Ball Z is the greatest anime series of all time. Right, so I decided to go ahead and make this video mainly because I kind of wanted to get my thoughts out there in a solo video on why Dragon Ball Z, my favorite anime series manga of all time, why I put it at number one even still to this day, and kind of defending it. Because a lot of people, I don't know why they do this necessarily, but they tend to kind of bash Dragon Ball in comparison to a lot of other anime or, manga series. Kind of treat it like it's old or like it's, it's washed up or, that kind of thing, even though they are releasing new stuff for it. And if you look at the legacy that the initial manga has left behind, with all the spin-offs, with the movies, with the video games, I mean, geez, think of all the video games they've done. It's like every year there's a whole video game genre franchise based around the series where every single year they're producing new games. They're producing, new movies now, and or as fast as they can. Maybe not every single year, but as fast as they can get them done and produce them. And, action figures and just, man, people still love the series even to this day. So in this video, why do I love the series? Why do I put it at number one as the best anime of all time? So now another thing people do with regards to this kind of discussion of what's the best ever is a lot of times they go with a series that's short running, that may only have maybe 10, 20, 30, 40 episodes that were really high quality during that time. And there wasn't any waste of time. There wasn't any filler, nothing like that. All the episodes were really well animated or looked great, or the manga was really, really, really well written. But it doesn't really go on for that long. Now, for me personally, if I have to choose between a series I love going on for 400 episodes or issues or whatever the case may be, chapters, and is, able to hold all the way through and be amazing all the way through without losing my attention for that long, I would much rather have a series like that exist and would much rather point to that as a better series overall than a short series that might be super high quality but only went on for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 episodes or issues or chapters. And I really like to get into a show and have it go on for the long run, which is why long-running anime, long-running manga, when it's the right type, is really what I love. Granted, I do love some of the other shorter ones as well, too, but which would I prefer and which have I seen more times and which do I, relate back to or, think back to when I look for something to watch? It's usually something that is really long-running that really had an impact on me because I watched it for years. And Dragon Ball is that. Now, there's many others as well, too. A lot of the Shonen Jump stuff. You have, the big three, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, or at least they were the big three. Nowadays, Naruto's ended, then One Piece is still going, but, things change, right? But in terms of all these other series out there, now Naruto for me, you guys know, is pretty much my number two. Same kind of reason with regards to volume, but just I feel like was never quite as epic as Dragon Ball was. All the others, everything else I've seen, it just really didn't affect me as a viewer and as a person as much as Dragon Ball did. It wasn't as addictive as Dragon Ball. When the first time you watch Dragon Ball, you watch Dragon Ball Z, man, it has this addictive quality to people that love that kind of genre, love to see fighting, love to see superpowers, love to see this kind of stuff. It just has this certain something, this certain imaginative quality or creativeness or just characters or just some kind of overall X factor or just draw that brings you in, or at least me, more than any other series in anime or manga I've ever seen. It does what I wish North American stuff would always do, but never has, even to this point. And I'm talking about, when super powered comic book characters, let's say, you want to go with Marvel or DC, they've got so many characters, but I can't say that a single one story is as of epic proportion as Dragon Ball, as Goku and the Z Fighters is. You've got characters like Superman. People love to do the Goku versus Superman. Who would win? They love to compare. And reading Superman comics growing up, Doomsday was epic, Death of Superman, and all the other stuff Superman's had. I mean, he's constantly got new books coming out and everything. He's had some really awesome stuff that was close to, for me, maybe touching DBZ, getting a little close, But he just never had anything that was going on for that long that I was that impressed with. A lot of the fights, a lot of the battles and stuff in Marvel and DC Comics, they're very quick, they're very short, You don't get to see that much character progression. You don't get to see that much development, that much growing over time and, becoming, going from, just a little kid to, one of the greatest fighters in the universe, in the living universe. You just don't see that kind of progression, and you don't see that kind of sort of all-world or universe type epic battles that I wish we could see with a character like, Superman or like a lot of the other DC characters. They just never put it together. They've never created either a cartoon series or, anime equivalent or a comic book series that is of as epic proportions, in my opinion, as Dragon Ball is. Getting to see superpowered characters on that scale, fighting with those kind of abilities, it just, with regards to, comic books, with regards to sci-fi and superpowers, it's just on a totally another level than anything else I've seen. That goes for North American stuff with regards to series, that or comic books, TV series, whatever, it doesn't matter. That goes for any other, anime, manga, anything of the sort. It just doesn't have that kind of superpowered epicness that Dragon Ball has. Evolution over time, that growing, that just what's at stake, that feeling that the world is actually, when you see characters battling, characters fighting, and how powerful they really are compared to average humans, you do get the sense, if Goku and the Z Fighters, if they lose, the Earth is going to either be destroyed or, these the Saiyans or Frieza or whoever, Cell, whatever, is going to do whatever they want with the planet, with the people, and also further on, even more so, the galaxy, the universe. It's just on a whole other scale than anything else I've seen, to tell you the truth. And so that's of course one of the reasons, is because it kind of provides that sort of superpower epicness that I haven't felt watching anything else, in terms of that grand scale of things. It's also got the mixed, not mixed martial arts, but it's got, advanced fighting with advanced techniques and just a really amazing, intriguing sort of fighting style, fighting system that Toriyama and, of course, the animators develop for the fighters, to kind of play out the battles. And I love to see good fights. And Dragon Ball has some of the best animated fights. Dragon Ball Z has some of the best animated fights you could ever imagine, you could ever want to see. Sometimes it's like it stretches past where your imagination could go of you just thinking of it, and it pushes the boundaries of what you can even imagine, and it goes on further. So and does it over a long term. So, those are the main reasons, just the action, the fighting, doing what, like I said, no other series I've seen with those kind of superpowered characters has been able to do. Always having the stakes high, always having great villains, great characters, not always great animation, but, in terms of the actual manga, great art and everything like that. Great sound, love the Bruce Faulkner score. It's always, pretty much been my favorite compared to any of the others. And just all in all, a lot of, movies and everything else they've done for it. For me, those are my thoughts. That's why I put it at number one. I don't know if any other anime or manga will ever surpass or be better than Dragon Ball Z. For me, they might not in my lifetime. So we'll have to wait and see. Will there ever be another Dragon Ball Z? I'd like to see another long-running series if they're up to it, or even if they just wanted to reanimate the whole thing rather than just do a Kai cut. I would really like to see that too. So let me know what you guys think, what your favorite anime manga is of all time. You could write in the comments below, or do a video if you like. I'd actually do a video response, but YouTube doesn't allow for that anymore, which is a shame. But yeah, for me, it's got to be Dragon Ball Z. It's gotta be Dragon Ball Z, man. Nothing compares in terms of epic scale. Just nothing. So yeah, if you liked it, thumb it up, share it, favorite it, and that's all I gotta say for this one, guys. See you for another. As always, it's Trev. Same peace.